Hello there, Leoman and Mountain, day 2 of Wales, Wales, and right behind me, above this hill in front of me, there, well not in front of me, in front of you, behind that is Cadair Idris, or the ridge of Cadair Idris, Inclag. Now, the forecasts were very promising for today. Clear skies, as you can see, and looked on both mountainforecast.com and MWIS, both saying perfect conditions. What I did read though is that it was on the MWIS, is that it was 80% chance of cloud-free summits. Pretty good. Well, that's amazing. And I saw this outside and thought, they're lying. But what I did see was that there are low clouds and the summits peak above the clouds. I don't want to get my hopes up. I don't want to get too excited, but nevertheless, you never know. You never know. And so hopefully when we get up there, we do peak above the clouds. So join me as we have I think it's a 10-mile walk, this one, so it's a decent walk on the Cadair Idris Ridge. We're taking a few summits. Absolutely all of them I can't say because I don't speak Welsh. I tried in the pub last night asking a local how you say these things, but straight over my head. So let's go and enjoy this probably grueling slog of a walk in the Wales Eryri Snowdonia National Park. So let's go. Well, it's been about 1.5 miles of road walking. Not the biggest fan of that stuff, but we're about to make a right into a farm now, and I think it still stays like a track, but I was speaking to a guy yesterday at Cadair Idris, at Cadair Idris. It's the outdoor shop in Dolgatlow. I butchered that, probably. And he said, yeah, the route that I'm doing is quite long, and it goes over some farm paths and tracks and like quad bike tracks. And I was like, yeah, fine with that. It's just there's not really any other route to take in like the full ridge. A lot of the routes are just literally up to Cadair Idris and another one of the peaks. Butcher this name, I think it's Quiffery. I think that's what she said last night at the bar. Quiffery. So anyway, hopefully I've got that right. But yeah, it's one of those sorts of, see, we're on a little bit of a track now. One of those sorts of things where you have to really go a long way out to come back over the ridge to take in the full ridge, which I don't see. I'm here, aren't I? I don't live locally. I don't see the point in just doing the one thing when I'll just spend the whole day doing all of it pretty much, apart from the opposite side. We're just going to climb up. I think it's a steady old climb as well, and then once we're on the ridge, then the fun starts. I've not done really much research on this. I've just looked at paths and I've seen that there's the pony path and the fox path, which is pretty much up to Cadair Idris, and that's it. And then you've got this path that I'm doing, which I don't think many people do it. I think people just come for the famous one, the Poet's Mountain. So we'll crack on and I'll come back to you. Right, so we're finally off the road, and now we're starting our ascent through some farm fields, it looks like. But I think we're alright though. I think we're pretty good for this route. Seems a bit odd, but yeah, a bit muddy, but we'll get through it anyway. Yeah, so start the ascent and hopefully get this patch of mud out of the way from these farming fields. But so far so good, decent pace so far, 3.5 miles an hour, but it is going to really start to slow down now, because obviously the climb is going to really start now. So let's crack on. Well, so far the paths have been pretty dire, but I think it's mainly down to the time of year. Leaves just covering the path, but I haven't seen anyone else do this route. Not seen one other person take it. Now then, that looks like a path there. So I'm just, guys, this is guesswork this now. Yeah, these paths aren't matching up to my map, but I think as long as we go up, can't have much problem. But yeah, the paths aren't great. It's probably more of a summertime path, but it is what it is. We're here now. There's probably a reason there's no one else doing this one. But we'll get up there. I just need to figure out what side of this fell wall I need to be on. So I'm going to get my maps out, look a bit more closely at it than just the watch, and get on the right one. I just had to climb over this wall here because I lost the path, and it's actually on this side of the fell wall, which, yeah, it's not easy this, following this route. Very muddy, very boggy. There isn't really any sort of good paths, if you will. I'm just walking through, you know, waist high grass and muddy bog. So yeah, there's probably a reason not a lot of people are doing this route, but I think once we get to the sort of, hopefully anyway, the sort of peaks of the ridge, it'll get a bit better. But right now it's a bit of suffering, but it's not the worst I've been in. I've got the Forest of Bowland to thank for that, but it's still, it's not pleasant going, and it's hard going, to be fair. Quite steep in parts where we're going straight up, probably 45 degrees, which is yeah, that's pretty steep. So we're making very slow progress now, like I thought we would. But good thing about today is there's no rush, so I'm not rushing this at all. Just taking it all in, enjoying it, even the hard parts. Well, I'm just shy of 600 meters, having a power snack and Powerade, some electrolytes. Yeah, starting to flag a little bit, but I think that's probably just down to hydration and you know, not enough energy in my system. So yeah, still got some after effects from this cold that I had. No idea what it was. Could have been COVID, could have been flu, I don't know. But we'll get there, we'll get in the end. But we're not actually that far off getting to the first peak, which is Gau Graig. Hopefully I said that right. I'm gonna go along these one by one now. What I'm gonna do as well, I'm gonna put them, the names of these peaks, under, well, as a subtitle of what it's actually called, what it's spelt like, and you guys can just tell me, like, that makes no sense to spell it that way. So yeah, anyway, yeah, we'll crack on. I'll finish off this Powerade, get some electrolytes in my system, and get walking again. Guys, that is a very positive sign. That means this clag isn't very thick. So we're at 600 and something meters now, and we could be nearing the top of this clag. So very positive. Oh yeah. Oh, cloud inversion. That'll be amazing today, guys. Cairn, ooh, lovely. Well, I reckon if we had views, there'd be some pretty spectacular views. That's straight down there, lovely, but we haven't got any today. But if we carry on, we might just have some. Wow, it's been a hard one for me today, this one. I've been suffering quite badly. Just sweat. It's feels proper humid as well. But it has been a bit steep as well in a lot of places, and unforgiving terrain. Not really many paths to go by, but we've leveled off now, or we will be anyway. The next hill or mountain we'll be going to is just a nice slow ascending path now, so that's nice. Summit. Now then, second summit of the day. It could be this one or there. It's about the same height, but this bloody name. Right, so we're on. Oh my god. Mynydd Gwerngraig. Mynydd Gwerngraig. So. Mynydd Gwerngraig. No, sorry, Mynydd Gwerngraig. Yeah. 730 meters. I feel like we are getting closer, but it just feels like it's teasing me right now. But 730 meters. Highest point today is 890 something meters. So in theory, it isn't 150 meters thick, this cloud. I can feel it. Feel it in my plums. So on to the next one, which is quite a bit higher. This is one where it is very, very possible that this one is above the clag, this next one, but it's just it's teasing me. I still don't think this will beat that day a couple of years ago where, oh, excuse me, bloody nose is running, where I did Sergeant Man in the Lake District, and oh, now that was spectacular. That was amazing when I did that. But you never know, I might be pleasantly surprised. Thing is, there's not many mountains now around us that are this high, so it's possible I'm just going to see a layer of cloud and maybe just see things like Snowdonia up over in the distance, you know, because that's happened before. I think another time where I had a cloud inversion, I was in Bowland, not very high, it was quite a low cloud inversion, and I could make out the silhouette of Snowdonia, and we're talking about a good 100 and something miles away, you know, and you could just see the top of where it was well, not covered in clag, because it was a big cloud inversion. It happened all over the north of England. Really, really sensational. But now, like I said, we're on our way over to the next one, the third peak of the day, and yeah, I think we're on a roll now. I'm starting to feel it. I'm starting to feel it now. That flapjack's kicked in. The Powerade giving me some hydration, so I'm going now. I'm on a roll. Let's try not to roll down the hill though. Yeah. Oh, we're getting there, guys. We are getting there. It is almost done. Oh, wow. I can't wait to get through this. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but there is a bit of a rainbow around me, and that's a broken spectre. Now, I'll be honest with you, it'd look better if I was over an edge, but yeah. Speaking of edge, we've made it. We're on the edge of the cloud, so now all that's left is to get well above it. Amazing. Well guys, that was worth it. So we're a hell of a steep climb still to get to the next peak, but now we know, don't we? We are above the cloud, and I'll see what elevation the cloud's at, because this will know whether the ridge, yeah, the ridge will be it'll be clear. Oh my God, this is wonderful, wonderful news. 752, so only increased 700, well, only increased 20-30 meters. That's not bad, you know. I feel like I've done more than that though, weirdly enough. I don't want to look back down that way because that's steep. But yeah, here we go, guys. We're on it. We have finally got above the clouds. Amazing. Beautiful. Well guys, I'm here at the top of the third peak of the day. 3 times lucky, because wow, what have we got here? We've got Cadair Idris just there, amazing. And I'm trying to think now, because my bearings are shot. Is that? Looks too small to be a Whitver. So I'm wondering if it's them over there. It could be actually, yeah. A Whitver over there. And right here, just see poking through the clouds there. I think that's some of the peaks that was behind Gau that we saw yesterday. But my God, guys, this is unreal. I'm sweating because I pushed and pushed to get up here. And by God, I'm glad I have. Wow, what a day. So I think I'm going to take this in a bit, but first I'm going to give you guys some 360 views. Right guys, I've had my lunch, so I'm heading over to Cadair Idris now. This peak here was Mynydd Moel, or Mynydd Moel, something like that. You know what it's like. Again, I've wrote it down at the bottom. But yeah, wow, what an amazing spot for lunch. Hopefully the ridge is, well, I think the ridge is going to be in Clag while we're walking over there, but hopefully Cadair is out by the time we get there. And we're gonna, after that, I don't know whether to do Quiffrey or whether to head back down, because we are getting late on in the day now, and I don't want to sort of lose light, even though I'm fully prepared for that. I've got head torch and everything, but you never know, do you? You never want to run that risk. So we'll get ourselves over to the ridge. Oh, by the way, before that cloud just coming over the edge there of the ridge, just like a waterfall of cloud. It was, oh, it's unreal. So yeah, I just took my jacket off because I was too hot. Now we've walked back into the Clag. It's cold. So we'll get going, and hopefully I'll warm up so I won't need to put my pack down to get everything back out again. But yeah, wow, amazing day. Trig. Well guys, here we are at the top of Cadair Idris, and yeah, I'll give you those 360 views. So they say that if you sleep on Cadair Idris, you either wake up a madman or a poet. So I suppose there's one way to find out, and it's to stay in that little bothy there. That's even if it's open. But there's plenty of places to wild camp. It's quite unbelievable. Nice and flat, on the top of here and on the ridge towards the one we did previously. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna get the drone out because it'd be rude not to right now, and yeah, have a bit of a fly because this looks incredible. Well, today has been a little bit of a mixed bag. Started off pretty miserable. The going was a bit tough on those boggy grounds, but it got made up for, didn't it? I mean, yeah, it's all burning away now, the clag, well, the cloud inversion, and yeah, I don't think we could have had a better day. Just got to head down now, and we're going to head down the pony path, which it looks like it's going to be quite steep on the map. So I may at some point just put the camera away, get the sticks out, and start being a bit more careful with the descent. But that's it now. No more climbing left. I don't think I'm going to bother with Quivery, Quivery or whatever you call it, because it's getting a bit late in the day, and I really don't want to lose the light before I get back to the van. But I mean, wow, down there that's just cleared up. But yeah, so making my way downtown. Making my way down now, and yeah, it's pretty nice though. I think we're gonna get some more views on the way down, so you guys don't turn off just yet, because you might miss out on some spectacular views that we haven't seen because of the cloud. But yeah, we'll just carry on now and get down. Don't know if it's picking up well on the camera here, but just that one there, that's Eryri. That's the one I did yesterday, and it looks like a mile level with it. So if that is true, I've still got a hell of a descent ahead of me, but it's not a bad one. It's looking pretty beautiful out here. I've seen worse. Well guys, I think we're going to wrap the video up here, but it has been a pretty good day, hasn't it? And what a backdrop to have to end the video. Well, I wasn't I don't know. I was about to say I wasn't expecting that, but at the same time I was looking at the weather conditions, and it just, I don't know, there's something about it that just seemed right. It just seemed like there was going to be some sort of cloud inversion, and I'm just trying to work my way down right now. And you know what? I trusted my instinct on it, and I thought, right, no, I won't do it Tuesday, I'll do it Wednesday. Wednesday looks like the day. And then I looked at it. I looked at the weather on Monday. Wednesday it was saying like, you know, like 30% chance of cloud-free summits. I thought, I don't know. I mean, the other forecast website said clear, absolutely crystal. I was like, well, someone's got it wrong here, and they both probably got it wrong. But what I was looking at was the humidity and the wind. Now, the key for cloud inversions is no wind or very little wind, and that's what we had today. And yeah, when I looked up this morning, I thought, it looks a bit thick, that cloud, and it was very thick. It was probably about 300 meters thick. But once we got up to about 600 meters, I was looking at it, I was thinking, there's not that much more left of it. And yeah, it paid off today massively, big time for a cloud inversion. Got some stunning shots. Hope you all enjoyed it, and if you did, great segue, like it. If you did like it, obviously, I hope you did. If you got this far, surely you couldn't have not liked it. Subscribe to the channel as well for more content like this and or wild camping sort of things. But yeah, oh no, the path's it's a really nice path, this, and then now it's just turned into grassy field. Shame. So yeah, I'll put the camera away before I slip on my arse. But thank you very much guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.